Lewis Show here on WSGW. A couple of guests with me this morning. A while back, when one of these guests was on the show, he was telling us about a concert series that was about to begin at St. Albans Episcopal Church in Bay City. And that person that told us all about it is the world-famous Gershwinologist himself. He is Kevin Cole. But he's not here this morning. You are where this morning, Kevin Cole?
I am in South Bend, Indiana.
Of course you are. Because?
Yes. Well, I'm working on a new project with a dear friend of mine, and so we needed a few days to start work on it. So I carved out, 4 days this week. I'll be back tomorrow. And it's nice to be in Notre Dame land, I guess.
Also with us this morning is one of the performers who's going to be at St. Albans this Sunday. We're going to tell you about the Jim Page trio that's going to be there. And he is Greg Gwaltney. Greg, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good to see you. So, Kevin, tell us about this collaboration and these concerts coming up and how this all came about.
Well, last year, Greg contacted me via email about what are the odds or possibilities that I could do a piano dedication for St. Albans because someone graciously donated a very fine medium-sized grand piano to the church. And they said, well, in the email, they said, we don't know if we can afford your fee, but if we can, what would it be? And I've always had a soft spot for St. Albans over the years because I've known various musicians who have gone there and friends. And so I wrote them back immediately and said, if we can set on a date in October, a Sunday afternoon, I'll do this free of charge. And they said they were going to do a free will offering towards the end of the concert. And I said, well, all of that can go back to the church. Well, we had such a wonderful outpouring of people. The church was packed. And during that reception that they do afterwards for kind of a meet and greet the artist, I happened to say to Greg, I said, you know what? This would be the perfect setting for a concert series, like 4 different artists come and you do this on Sunday, just like we just did the dedication, and I'll help you produce it and to make it happen because it's just such an intimate setting, doesn't seat more than 200. The acoustics are just excellent. So anyway, we started the series, and I kicked it off in September doing a brand new all Gershwin piano solo concert, and that went very well. And so now, this Sunday, the 16th at 4 p.m., I'll get to sit in the audience and enjoy it because I am not playing with the Jim Pagel trio, and I couldn't be happier because they are just world-class. And we'll get into how I discovered them years ago a little later, but that's my involvement. And so now Greg and I have to start thinking about talent for next year already, but we're really pleased that people are showing up and understanding that we have this little jewel of a church, and the people there are so warm and welcoming. So it's a good experience all the way around.
So, Greg, let me ask, you're part of the Jim Page. No, you're not.
No, I'm the director of music at St. Albans.
So you're the director of music there. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm the one who negotiated that great deal with Kevin last year for a free concert.
It's a great deal, all right.
And then I did it again. The second time. But it's come up at a perfect time. It's the year of the 60th anniversary of St. Albans. And St. Albans was created when multiple congregations joined together from around different parts of Bay City. And so we're celebrating the 60th with this inaugural concert series. We have a wonderful church. It's a very Anglican-styled church, high ceilings, wonderful acoustics. The building itself was actually built well over 100 years ago.
Let's tell everybody where it is.
Yes, it's in Bay City on the west side. It's on Midland Street at the Erie Street crossing. So the official address is 105 South Erie. But many people would recognize it as the front of it facing Midland Street, right between Gephardt's Funeral Home and the old library.
And this series, one of them has taken place already. That was Kevin on September 28th.
Yep.
Yes, we packed the church.
And this Sunday at 4 o'clock is the next one. So tell us about what this concert is.
Yes, so this is the Jim Pagel Trio. And Jim has decades of experience as a guitar player, and he plays all different styles, from jazz to classical to rock to sacred music. And he's one of those talented guitarists that can play all the notes, and so you'll recognize the songs when he's playing them. He's performed with some great renowned talent over the many years. He teaches at Saginaw Valley State University, which is where he's at right now. He would love to be with us, but our next generation comes first, and so he's making sure the next generation gets a good start on life, and so he's there dedicated to teaching right now. But he is excited about this. I think you'll have a wonderful time. It'll be an eclectic concert. And we're really looking forward to it.
How long do they run usually, typically? How long a concert is it?
60 to 75 minutes. There will not be an intermission to leave. We'll have a little time in the middle where I'll get up and talk to people. And it's a free concert, but we will pass the plate for people to make a donation. It is.
Yeah.
It is. As I told everyone at the first concert, I said I kind of changed that scripture a little bit. I always say, where two or more are gathered, we shall pass the plate. And yes, so we appreciate everyone's generosity. And Kevin, as co-producer, was very nice to do a gratis job last time. The rest of the folks, we didn't ask them to do that, so we are sharing a portion of the plate offering with the artist, because most of them are earning their
how they're in their living.
Yes, and we appreciate that.
We're going to take a break and also tell you about some of the ones coming up. Kevin's going to be involved in the next one in January. We'll tell you all about that when we return here on the Art Lewis Show, and we will be back with more after these notes.
November isn't complete without...
All right, we're back with you. Two guests with us to talk about St. Albans Episcopal Church concert series. We have in studio with us Greg Gwaltney, who is the music director of the church. And the other person with us this morning has been kind enough to charge me the same fees that he charged Greg. Nothing. He is Kevin Cole. I just have to ask, any word on what the project is you're working on? Something we're going to hear in the future?
Actually, I'm working with a friend that I've known for 40 plus years, and in the early times of knowing this very talented woman who sings and does these wonderful.
Do I know her name?
Shows with me. Probably not.
Oh, really?
But
it's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay.
No, but I'm putting together. Well, I'm going to be working with her too, but that's next month. But anyway, I'm working with somebody putting together a brand new cabaret show for her that I will be playing. We will share, and so we're just starting to pick the materials. I mean, we went through like 200 songs yesterday and narrowed it down to 85, and then you got to narrow it down to 12 for a cabaret show. Now, Sylvia McNair, on the other hand, we're going back into the recording studio probably in February to do an album of all Hugh Martin songs. And that's the guy who wrote Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas and the score to Meet Me in St. Louis, and was a personal friend of mine. So we're looking forward to that, because there's some great songs on that. It'll just be piano and voice. But I want to say something about this Jim Pagel, because how I met him was very interesting. In fact, it kind of ties into St. Albans. Many moons ago, I had heard that he and his trio would be performing on Woodside Avenue in Bay City at this little former church that a woman, an artist, had bought. And in the basement, they were doing ceramics and making stained glass. But she was taking the old sanctuary and using it as a performance space. Now, I don't know if she still owns the building, but at that time, it was the coolest place. So they had built a little stage where, the altar would have been at one time. And I said, I'm going to go hear Jim Pagel. Well, the place was packed. And I'm thinking to myself, as they started to play, I went, what is this doing? Where are they from? How did we get this? This is like world-class gypsy jazz swing playing. And if people wonder, well, what's gypsy jazz? There was a guy by the name of Django Reinhardt, who was a very famous jazz guitarist. And in the 30s, especially in Paris, in these jazz cafes, he started playing the swing jazz of pop tunes of the day. And sometimes he'd bring in Stefan Grappelli on violin, and they just created this hot jazz sound. And I'm hearing this live here, and I'm saying, this can't be happening. Then I find out he's from Saginaw, and I'm like, what? And, so I just kept following them because he plays solo, but he also plays with the trio. And what's interesting, Art and Greg, about the trio is how they operate in a gypsy jazz setting. Jim Pagel will be playing mostly the melody and doing the big finger-picking stuff. One of the other guitarists provides like rhythm, like a drum set would, a lot of stroking rhythm. But then the other guitar provides the chords underneath the melody, just like left-hand piano and melody in the right hand. So it's a really cool combination. And they're not just stuck in 20s, 30s, and 40s music. I've heard them take a Beatles tune and make it a swing jazz thing. So I ask everyone who's listening in, do yourself a favor and come, because you can hear them, at different restaurants and whatnot play. Sometimes it's just Jim. But in a concert setting like this, you're going to go out of your mind, because you're going to say, what is this doing here in my own hometown? But, Art, as you know, people that have come out of here and continue to in Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, is just
unbelievable.
As good as anywhere.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. So I just put that in people's bonnets right now so they know kind of what they're getting into, and they'll know some of the tunes, but it's just music that makes you feel good, and it transports you back to another time.
It is true about this area, and Greg, you would agree with me. There's just a number of artists in this area. One of them who we know, plays with international orchestras, travels all over the world, is probably the best Gershwin knowledgeable person there is. And I think he's on the phone with us right now.
Oh, geez, get his number. Don't let him get away. I hear he works.
He works cheap.
He works cheap.
Yep, that's it. I've known Kevin a long, long time, and it's an amazing talent. Greg, this area is full of talent, isn't it? It really is.
It is. This region has a lot of talent. We have a lot of natural-born talent here, and that kind of leads us to talk a little bit about the upcoming concerts, if I can do a little bit of a promotion.
Let's go to January 18th.
January 18th, we have a professional vocalist named Betsy Scott.
Well, does there have to be an accompanist with a vocal?
Well, we have a little-known accompanist that's going to play for her. Kevin is going to play for her.
Can you afford him?
We haven't. I think the accompanist is paid by the performer. No, I think we'll get a good deal on the accompanist, and so we want everyone to know that Kevin will be her accompanist, and he may sneak in a song or two of his own, maybe.
Maybe.
Once they start playing, I can't control anything, so it will likely happen.
And Betsy Scott, most people in the area, especially in Bay City where she grew up, and performed in many shows, Bay City Players, and at her high school and whatnot, will know her as Betsy Miller, because her father is Kent Miller, who's a world-class photographer, and her mother is Circuit Court Judge Bessie Scott. And her mother I performed with and done musicals with since we were teenagers. Very talented family. And this young lady is a recent graduate of Carnegie Mellon School. And that's musical theater. And she is a name to watch. I would say
Kevin,
Yeah.
I want you to move a little bit because your phone is breaking up a little.
Is this any better?
No, not yet. Keep going.
Not yet. Okay.
It's popping in and out, whatever it is.
Okay.
Now we're missing half of what you're saying.
Okay, I'm going to leave this room and move out here. Is this any better, my friend?
It might be better. Might be a little better. Let's try it.
Okay. Well, I'll keep walking. If it gets worse,
No, you're good now. Stop where you are. You're good.
Okay. I'm right here. Anyway, this is a young lady to watch because if I had to describe her style of vocals and the tone she makes, she's in the lineage of like an Idina Menzel and a Kelly O'Hara, because she can do the big belt, but she can also do the soprano, and it's just wonderful to see. I mean, I don't think she's just fresh out of Carnegie Mellon, maybe a year. So she's been paying her dues. She did cruise ships. She's done summer stock. But this is a name to watch, Betsy Scott. I'm not
okay.
And she's going to be and people are going to say, hey, I heard her at St. Albans, and now I got to pay what? And those things happen. But it's going to be fun because I'm going to play, she'll do Broadway stuff. She'll do contemporary stuff. And I'm really looking forward to hearing her now because I worked with her at Bay City Players when Lee Bird and I did a Christmas show called Carol of the Birds, and she played one of the children.
Yep.
Yeah, and she's terrific. And so that I'm looking forward to. And after that,
you're breaking up again. You must be on the edge of a cell or something.
Okay, is this any better?
Right now, yes.
Okay, I'm going to stay right here then. But Greg can tell you about our last concert near St. Patrick's Day.
That's the Celtic Harpist, right?
Yes. We decided in Bay City, if you're going to do something in March, you better follow the theme.
Yep.
And it was wonderful to Kevin had this connection, and we have Carol Kappas coming in. She's from Ann Arbor. And she is an award-winning Celtic harpist and storyteller. She writes music and composes music for harp. She has studied harp music and has spent her time in the parts of the world where the harp is well known. And she was another one of those professionals that I think as soon as we sent the message, she sent back and said, I would love to come and join you. And it'll be a wonderful way to kind of kick off a week that will end with a big parade, right? The next weekend.
Big doings in Bay City.
So people will want to see this because the opportunity to see a world-renowned Celtic harpist is rare around here.
We need to point out, it is free. You will have a goodwill offering, but it's free.
Yes.
Do you need to reserve seats?
We do. We ask that people reserve a seat so that we know how many people are coming. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One is capacity. And we're not quite at capacity yet, but I would say you'd be amazed how many people have reserved tickets this week. Quite a few. But also, we offer a wonderful Meet the Artist reception after each concert. And the hospitality team at St. Albans have been cooking away. So there'll be sweets and snacks.
Where do you go to reserve seats? How do you do it?
Yes, the best way is probably you can go to the website, which is www.stalbans-baycity.org, and you'll look for the concert series page there, and there'll be a place. Or you could go to the Facebook and just search for St. Albans Bay City, and there would be a link in a post there.
No money involved, just reserve the seat.
It's just reserving the seat so we know.
All right, I got to take a break, guys. We'll be back And we'll have more after these notes here on the Art Lewis Show.
Gotta go.
And we're back with you. In studio with me is Greg Gwaltney. He is the music director of St. Albans Episcopal Church and the producer of their concert series. He is that one and only Kevin Cole. Let's talk a little bit about how all this got started and that piano.
Yeah.
How did the donation of the piano to the church come about, and how is it being used?
Yes, I started playing at St. Albans about 2 years ago, and at that point they had a very old, tall, upright piano, and it worked, but it had seen better days, I would say. Mm-hmm. And so after I'd played long enough to be comfortable, I went to the rector, Nancy Mayhew, and I said, what do you think if I start looking around for a piano? I said, something that could be donated. I said, there are many, many pianos out there. I said, children leave home, but the pianos never do. Yeah. And people have these pieces of furniture that hold up photo albums and flower arrangements, but they're never used anymore. And so I went through the process, and I'd say it was a little bit like Goldilocks. I would find a piano that somebody was willing to donate. The first one I went to look at, it was a small grand. And I just decided after looking at it, it was time for it to go to God. It was not. It had its last life, and so we politely said no to that. We looked at others, and then out of the blue, we were having dinner one evening with another couple in Midland, and I knew they were kind of musical, and so I brought up the idea. I thought they might know somebody. And they both looked at each other and said, what about the one in our living room? And it came to be that they had this beautiful piano in their living room that belonged to their stepdaughter.
Grand style or upright?
It's a grand. It's a 6-foot grand.
Oh.
Yep. It's a beautiful black 6-foot grand. It's a Baldwin built, but it was at the time when they were outsourcing the inside of the piano to Kawai. So the inside is Kawai, the outside is Baldwin. And their stepdaughter had inherited it about 14 years ago, but didn't have enough space in her Ann Arbor home to ever put it there. So I said, well, talk to her, see what she thinks. And she's a professional musician, so I thought she might want to hang on to it. But no, she came back and said, if it can be of use somewhere, let's donate it and let it be of use. So we made that deal, and we moved the piano over last summer.
Not an easy task.
No, that took a professional and several other people because the church has several steps to get up into. It's not a flat church. This church was built well over 100 years ago, and it sets up very high. So we all kind of grabbed onto the rope and pulled forward to bring it in through the doors.
So let me ask the Gershwinologist, the Steinway artist, how he felt sitting down at a Baldwin Kawai piano.
Well, I mean, I have to love all of God's children. But I think you'll get a kick out of this, Art. A couple of months ago, I did a concert with the Windsor Symphony in Canada.
I remember that.
And, and they're a fine group. I had played with them in years, but they had me come and do, I think I did Concerto Enough, Gershwin's Concerto Enough with them. And I knew that the young lady who had donated the piano to the church played French horn, and she was based in Ann Arbor, but she played in that whole area, Jackson, Detroit, and whatnot. Lo and behold, we have our first orchestra rehearsal with Windsor Symphony, and at our break time, she comes up to me, she goes, "Hi, I'm the person that donated the piano to St. Albans." Oh, so I thanked her and hugged her, and, it was just like a small world. I never thought I'd be playing with the orchestra that she's, one of the ones that she plays at on occasion. So that really tickled me, and Steinway's very good about these things, and it depends. Each situation is different. And, I'm in a little church in Bay City. I'm not doing some national tour and all of that. Now, Steinway wants to donate another grant to St. Albans, by all means. But it's just one of those things. You treat the situation. And Steinway is always told, because basically 95% of all concert halls in the world have a Steinway as one of their pianos in their hall. But Steinway said, if you sit down at that Steinway and it's not up to snuff, play the piano that's going to serve you best for the concert.
Sure. But
let us know in New York, and we'll get on their case about it. One thing I will add on to tickets for the show this Sunday is you can come right to the church and get get a seat at the door.
Assuming there are any.
Yeah, it's in your best interest to get ahead, but we had some walk-ups, and that's perfectly fine. So I don't want to scare anybody away saying, "Oh, I don't have computer access or I forgot to do it." You can show up, and we'll squeeze you in. I got a lap, so there's no trouble. We are going to have a great time, because I get to be in the audience and get to be entertained. And if I had to choose in my top 5 of entertainment in our area, well, you bet Jim Pagel Trio would be in my top 5.
All
Absolutely.
Right. Coming up this Sunday at 4 o'clock, St. Albans Episcopal Church. It's online at stalbans-baycity.org, and it's STALBANS-Bay City. And you can reserve a seat, no cost. There will be a free will offering afterwards, and we'll be back just to finish up with our guests after these notes.
Since 1947.
Hi, we're back with you here on WSGW. In studio with me is Greg Gwaltney. He is the music director at St. Albans Episcopal Church and the one and only, the inimitable Gershwinologist himself. He is Kevin Cole, who is calling us from northern Indiana right now. Is that where you are?
I am indeed.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have to get some. I'll do my best to spy on Notre Dame and bring back some information for our teams, I guess. Art, I have to say, first of all, thank you for always promoting all of us wandering vagabond artists as we take our knapsacks around the country. But I'll be seeing you before too long, because we're almost in Cole in your stocking at the state.
I knew that was going to happen. Yep.
Yeah, and also Chet's. This will be my 12th year doing sing-alongs at Chet's, and I'm going to do 2 days this year. So I'll be seeing you before too long.
How many folks can you name, folks? Now, Kevin is going to listen. He's an international artist of note. Probably, the Gershwin family says he's the best at what he does.
Yeah.
How many of these international artists who don't work for nothing, who travel all over the world making money, playing the piano and things of that nature, come back to their hometown, sit in an old beat-up upright in a bar, and play for pennies?
Literally.
Or less.
Or less.
Yeah.
And that's Kevin.
Yes. Well, I can state, though, for sure, Kevin had a Christmas in July this year at Chet's Bar, and we all went, and I'll tell you, it's a wonderful time to casually sit there, have a drink, and have some snacks, and Kevin has created booklets that are sitting all over the tables.
Let me explain one thing, folks. If you plan to sit there, you better get there a couple hours before he starts playing, or you'll be standing there.
Yeah. But he does it for several hours. And Kevin, what are your hours this year?
Well, the 3 p.m. till 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., depending if the crowd's really wound up. So I do a good 7 to 8 hours. When I first started doing these, for the first 3 years, I would go from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yeah,
but
I
then I
remember that.
learned I would be shortening my lifespan if I kept that up. So now it's 7 to 8 hours, but
All right.